Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Sunday. It's coffee time. It's time for me Sunday rant. Got to mention a couple of things. I'll make it short about Arsenal. They missed. How can you miss a penalty? I'm not being funny, right? And I know the nerves get to you and everything else, but how can you miss? How can you go over the bar on a penalty? I mean, you practice these things, I would imagine, every week in life. Just keep on practicing, keep on just hitting it. If the keeper saves it, well done, keeper. Very good, no problems. I have no problems with either party on there. But when the ball goes over the bar into row Z, and you paid £150,000 a week to kick a ball towards the goal, so they didn't deserve to win because guess what? They put the ball in row Z. So anyway, I didn't think it was a very good game, but it was a game. It was dead. Whatever. Anyway, I don't want to go on about football too much because this isn't a football channel. But then again, it's a nothing channel, is it? And the other thing I want to mention about football, let's get football right out of the way, is Anthony Gordon. Goes to Barcelona, and the man in the first press conference goes, and what do you think of? And speaks English and very well, and goes to Anthony Gordon, and he speaks back to the man in fluent Spanish. How long's it learned to get that fluent in Spanish? This guy's had this planned for, well, probably a year. You know, he's had it planned for a year, at least, because his Spanish was so good. It was excellent. I mean, great smashing on the kid, smashing. I mean, we paid 40 million for him, sold him for 70 million. My only problem with him was he was a big game player. Put him in the Champions League, he was fantastic. He was brilliant. Crossed with that ball, everything. He was excellent. Wednesday against Wolves, he didn't turn up. That was his problem. Anyway, he's gone. He's away. He's learned Spanish. And somebody said he had better Spanish than Beckham had after 4 years of living in Spain. His Spanish was so good. Anyway, he's gone. That's the end of him. And let's get away from football. Let's talk about this. You're married. And your husband brings home £120,000 mobile home. You don't ask where it's come from. You don't know if it's cash, which it was. You don't know if it was credit. You don't know if he's getting us into debt. You never ask the question. You just accept the fact that he's drove up into the house with the £120,000 mobile home. I didn't think it was a very nice one, by the way. But anyway, and just to make sure people don't say you park it on your mother-in-law's drive. And of course, Sturgeon said she never seen it before. However, there was a picture of her in a shop 4 minutes from her mother-in-law's house buying something. She hadn't seen it. And she goes into Parliament and she writes her paperwork with a £700 pen and was unaware it was a £700 pen. He bought 3 coffee machines, totaling £7,000. But you didn't. I mean, does the woman think we're daft? Does she think we're all stupid? I didn't know he was doing this. I didn't know he was doing that. I didn't know about the money. I was just unaware. How unaware have you got to be? You know, we're all gone. You know, suppose your husband said to you, or your wife said to you, go and get yourself a new greenhouse and from Northern Polytunnels. I know the £2,000, just go and buy one and put one up. You'd say, where we're getting the money from? You know, you'd ask questions, wouldn't you? You wouldn't just say, yes, I agree, no bother. I mean, maybe I would. No, but you know, but you wouldn't, would you? You'd ask questions. And she never asked any questions. I don't know. think she's a funny looking woman to start with, and so is he, so I suppose they match each other. But anyway, but I think that's a load of baloney. A load of baloney. And up here in Northumberland, we'll change the subject now. But up here in Northumberland, this is the murder season, the killing season up here. I think there was 5 people killed on the A1 up here last week. There was 3 killed the other day. And the average age of the deaths of the people is 78. It was an 84-year-old man, a 70-odd-year-old woman, and another woman in her 70s. It questions, doesn't it? I mean, I question myself. I mean, when I went over 70, me and my wife had a conversation about the car. Should we keep the car? What do you think? And we decided to keep the car. However, we've made the decision, if anything happens to the car, we will not replace it. Because we're getting to an age now where you're not as fast as you used to be. You reflect your reactions on it. I mean, last night I was trying to listen to the match with my headphones, and my headphones connected to my phone, not my iPad. And I'm sitting there trying to do this, and my wife's trying to talk, and I'm going, just be quiet, man! Because there was too much going on, and I was getting myself all flustered. If I'm driving and that happens, well, that's not good. So the decision from us is, once this car, which is already, it's a 17, so that makes it 9-year-old. So it makes it 9-year-old. Our decision is, once the clutch goes or something big needs doing to it, we're more than likely just to get rid of the car, because we're worried in our age, whether we, and my wife's older than me, whether we really should be driving. There's a woman in the papers this week, 105, being given a licence for another 5 years. Now, I'm sure the woman's lovely, and I'm sure she's got all her buttons on, but she cannot be as good as she was when she was 21. It's got to be questioned. Anyway, this was a head-on crash on the A1. The man who caused the crash, well, the crash, he went head-on to the car, and he was 84. So, you've got to think about it, haven't you? You've got to think about it. So, anyway, it was promised for rain today, and so far it hasn't come, and I need the rain, because the onions need the rain. So, my plan today is to plant some stuff out, so if it's dry I might as well get on and do that. Look at some stuff and diddle along. So there we are. Arsenal didn't deserve to win. Anthony Gordon is a character. I mean, he's been planning that. Yeah, no. And Sturgeon thinks we're all stupid. She really thinks we are stupid. And you kind of, when the accident was on the A1, it was dual carriageway anyway, so you kind of shout, it should be dual, should be dual, should be dual. And both accidents were on the dual carriageway anyway. So what we're doing this week, we're going to collect some seaweed this week. On a busy day tomorrow. I've got a busy week actually. Got a busy week this week. So I'm going to go and do some work. Finish my coffee, put the radio on for 5 minutes, and go and do some work. It's Sunday. You know the rule. You know the rule. If you're still listening at this stage, post boo, and I'll reply to you. But I don't think anybody will be listening to this stage. Probably anybody. Anyway, it's coffee time. Hey ho.